Hey, well, hello everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
You interested in a podcast? Huh? Can I interest you in a podcast? Huh? You might be, nobody's looking. Come on over here. Let me tell you about this podcast I know, huh? It's gonna be great. It's got furry people in it. It's got a lot of conversation. You're gonna love it. Half off, just for you. Huh? What do you think? Think about it. Just think about it. No pressure. Just, you know what? Why don't you do this? Why don't you try the pilot episode? Give it a try, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Just a taste. Just a taste. See what you think. See what you think.
Tell him Papa Jason. What's that on your list? I just realized that could be Papa John's.
It could be, but no, Papa J. Oh, that broke me. I didn't know. No, we're not going to be able to record. We're not going to be able to. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep it together.
And that's all.
20 minutes into this, and Papa J's going to pop in my head. That was good. That was good. I needed that. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 43.
43. Beautiful.
My goodness. Yeah.
That's fun. That's exciting. I was actually mapping out the next couple of episodes and dates and attachment to them and everything. And it's exciting. It's a little bit, I actually didn't think I'd be nervous about the last ones.
I know,
But I am. I will say that I know that it helps me, and I've even heard from some of our listeners that they're both, they're encouraged and they're okay with it because we're doing a season 2.
Yeah.
Which is very cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you guys for being so supportive and excited, because we're super excited to continue the show, because this has just been so much fun.
Yeah.
I don't want it to end.
No.
Yeah.
And as far as we're concerned, there will be many seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we get canceled, I suppose.
Well,
but
yeah, there's always that.
You know, that's where it's really good to not have anybody above us. Like, it's just us.
That's true.
You know, so
Yeah.
that is a
Maybe
positive.
we should have a fall guy.
Yes. Hey, Sweetums, we got to talk after the show.
Oh.
It's so bad, so bad. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry.
That's an intern thing.
It's an intern thing. If you don't mind, I did want to take a moment and shout out Haley. Thank her
our
again.
T-shirt winner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And a big thank you to Etsy and their tracking that we saw that it should have arrived and everything by the time this releases.
She did post a little picture on her story of wearing
cool.
the T-shirt. Yeah.
Good.
Oh my gosh, that was so sweet. It's like one of those mind-blowing moments, like, oh my god, that's our podcast name on a T-shirt. It's so crazy, yeah. But
even seeing you in one was wild to me, let alone,
and
that's cool.
Yeah, it turned out really good. Like, the print quality of it is magnificent.
Very
so
happy
good.
with the shirts. Very happy with the creators, the people that are making them and everything. They're doing nice work. They get shipped out real quick. That's really cool. I like that. And I really do appreciate her patience with it. I feel like I wanted to get it out sooner, and I'm thankful that it got there. Thank you. I'm really happy. I was going to ask you this off air, actually. I'm glad to hear. So she liked it. Everything was okay.
Yeah, she said she loved it. She's so sweet.
I was so nervous about getting the size and the color right and everything.
Yeah.
So good.
Well,
Very
she
good.
said she loved it. Thank you, Haley.
Thank you, Haley. And thank you all. Get in on these things. We will keep this kind of stuff going in season 2 and more interact. And if anything, we want to do even more interacting with you and do even more guests, you know. And that.
Yeah, we're almost to 1,500 streams, so we could even do another T-shirt giveaway or a merch giveaway or something.
Ooh, I bet we can get one in before the end of the season. Maybe.
Could be.
If you guys view enough. Keep on viewing. Keep that viewing up.
I can't believe that it's up almost that much, though. I was really surprised. Like, what is life? Is this real? Am I dreaming?
Is this the real life, or is it just reality? One of the things that stood out to me about this, I thought that, okay, when we get into the 30s on these, that's what's going to hit me really hard. Actually, it's just felt very routine now. Now it's just a part of my everyday, kind of work week and stuff of the pod. What has really surprised me is the views. That one really hit me. Every time you say that number, it hasn't really registered. That's so cool and humbling.
It's very humbling. That's the perfect word for it. Yeah, it's still, like, unfathomable, because I just feel like a little silly goose talking about Muppets, and people are like, give me more.
Come on.
Okay, if you're sure. If you really do like it, I will keep going.
Keep going. I think that it'd be great if we can mention too. We're going to be having another, at least one more set of guests before we wrap up the first season.
Yes, we are. There's a particular Muppet. I won't say who. We haven't done this before, but there's a particular Muppet that's left in the hat that we would really love to do with the guys on Puppet Masters of None. Go like and subscribe to their page. We'd love to have them on again, and we're going to be on their podcast again soon also. So if we pull that Muppet, then we will expose which Muppet it is. But in the meantime, we can pull out of those hats.
Yeah, let's do that. I do want to shout them out again.
Yeah.
And as talented and as funny and great as they are
really
on that show, they are 5 times that off air. They are really 5 times so that nice. The people. They are really good people.
They just become good friends.
Yeah, appreciate them very much. Shout out to them, and we will pause so you can go and like and subscribe to their stuff and everything. And then
we understand if you don't come back.
Yeah.
To finish this episode right away.
Eventually come back. Eventually you can come back. We'd really appreciate that. On with the show.
Who pulled last time?
Yeah.
I think I pulled Walter.
Yes.
So I think I go first. And then okay. Yep. We got
Nicely
it.
Done.
We got
Nicely
it.
done.
I can't even imagine trying to say all the Muppets in order now. I thought about that the other day, and I almost gave myself a panic attack. I was like, I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah. But you did such a great job with that for so long. I think you got into the 20s while we were doing that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it helps a little bit that I edit the show, so I'm more like refreshed with it. But yeah.
It still counts.
So, are we tied or are we not? Got any guesses?
Yeah, I'm going to say that it's just, we're just right there. We're so close, neck and neck.
Let's see. It is a tie.
Well, how about that?
With a
Sweetums, mark it down.
Sweetums, you golden boy.
He is. Intern of the year.
He truly is. Anyone who knows the Muppets knows the beautiful song Rainbow Connection, which was sung by Kermit the Frog in the Muppet Movie, 1979. The Rainbow Connection claimed its spot on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 25 in November of 1979 and stayed in the top 40 for 7 weeks. That is pretty nuts.
That is crazy.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
What
a beautiful time.
Yeah, late 70s, yes. I mean, I was born in that, but I obviously don't remember it. But one of the things that we used to do on the radio show was This Day in History, or kind of in music and everything.
That'd be cool as a tearaway calendar. This
Day
in History.
Ooh,
I'm sure they're out there.
Really cool one, yeah.
Oh, Muppet related one would be cool.
There we go, season 3.
Gotta cash in on that.
Yes.
Nobody take that, please. Unless you beat me to it.
Please. You get copyright that. Get a C on that one.
Send me a link.
The other thing we used to do is for a little while on your birthday, what was a hit on this day, and the day you were born. I love those too. And that kind of leads you down a rabbit hole sometimes, and seeing like different songs that were hits that you would never imagine were on, like, it's one thing for it to be a hit, but like to be in the top 40. Yeah. And like, wow, that was a top 40 hit. It's so weird to look at certain songs that were like niche songs, or they were from in a movie and not even really on the soundtrack of the movie, but they were a part of it. Or I always think that's interesting. That's one of those ones I'll remember. That's a good one.
I like that.
I'm not surprised though. At the same time, it's a great
such a beautiful song. That banjo, get out of here, please! It's so good.
Yeah, it's a great song.
That's my father-in-law's happy song. He loves that song.
It's pretty much one of mine. It's a top 5 it always has.
I feel like if you're a Muppet fan, it's just embedded in your heart forever.
Every year around this time of year, I listen to Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, "Summertime."
Oh, so good.
I think it's top 5 greatest songs of all time for me, and with summer around and everything, it gets you to want to listen to it. But it also cheers me up. That and pretty much any Stevie Wonder. I don't know what it is, but you put Stevie on. Voice, man, and it, the percussion, the beat, the bass, so much of it is just. Sir Duke comes on. Just thinking about it right now, I'm smiling. I'm like, oh yeah, let's groove. Yeah.
I have quarrels with that song.
Yeah.
Nothing to his ill, but. We had this thing called Showtime in the high school I went to, and I was in show choir, You could probably have guessed that.
No.
No, not you. Theater music department kid? No way. So we did this thing called Showtime where we put on songs, and there would be songs that the whole choir did, and then you had to audition with your own musicians and vocals to get like a time slot in the show too. So it was like High School Musical on gossip drugs. It was crazy. Right. But that was one of the songs we had to do, so I've like sang that song so many times and had to do a dance to it so many times. So yeah, so it kind of like puts me back in the front lines a little bit.
Man, just
under the stage lights.
Shout out to my one of my radio partners, Seth. We have a long-standing joke, waste of time machine. It came from a bit we did on air where so many people talk about, I'd get a time machine and I'd go back and I'd stop this from happening, or I'd do this or anything. Now, I'm going to be honest with everybody. I get a time machine. I'm going back to the Monterey Pop Festival to see Jimi Hendrix perform. I'm going back to see Miles Davis the first time of showing up at Blue Note Records. I want to see certain like sporting events and everything. I would just completely waste a time machine, and I would go back to see you during certain.
Oh my God!
I absolutely would. You
don't want to see me in my high water pants
with
my bad haircut.
As a dad, I got to. I have to. I will invent a time machine just to make that happen.
I mean, fair enough.
It's a very bad version of H.G. Wells. It's like his first draft. It's like the time machine.
Maybe I should make the stakes higher.
Yeah, maybe I should work on this one a little bit. Workshop that.
Workshop.
It's a great song.
It really is, yeah. And I'm wearing a sweater that has Kermit from that movie in his little cowboy boots and his hat, and you gave it to me for my birthday.
I've been waiting to mention. I love it. Looks great on you.
Thank
it's a great
you.
Sweater.
I thought he would be smaller. I thought the graphic was going to be smaller, but when I got it, I was like, oh wow, this is great.
It's pretty cool.
So he's the whole sweater.
I like that. Yes, he's the whole sweater. I like it's just him.
Front and center.
So great.
Yeah,
it's a good sweater.
It's very comfy.
Good. That was my other question. All right, good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. Let's see here.
The claws.
No.
This darn thing's malfunctioning.
All right. There we go. Oh,
man.
I'm not sure I grabbed the same one either. Okay, let's see who we got. Who's number 43? Who's number 40?
Oh, we have a reveal.
We have a reveal.
So the Muppet that we're going to do with the Puppet Masters is Sal Manila. He's a little bit of a niche Muppet. He was from the Disney Muppet Show, I think is where he was introduced, and he was in Muppets from Space. So we are going to tuck him back in. Or we'll keep him out for now. But we'll throw him back in there. But we're going to do that one with the guys because Ben loves Sal, and I really want to do it with him.
I think that's perfect.
I love his enthusiasm. It's just so contagious.
Absolutely is. Yes, even through the screen.
I know.
And everything.
Could you imagine if we had an episode where we I know I've said this before, but where we get to meet in person?
Well,
that'd be so cool.
I think we can let the audience know this. The whole reason we're doing a second season is to pull that off. Is to get all four of us in the same zip code at one point. I love them hearing this and be like, what?
I'm cool with being online friends.
Yeah. Wait. I don't know if I signed up for that.
I'm busy next year.
Wow. Let me. I got something going. I gotta go.
My calendar is full.
We left the sink running.
The stove is on.
So Sal is put aside. So let's go ahead and try this again.
To be continued.
Ooh, you know what?
What?
Doing this lefty.
Lefty?
Oh, yeah.
You're crazy.
I am ambidextrous, so why not?
Show off.
I don't know what that was. Who do we got? Oh, man.
Who do we got? Woo!
Perfect. A perfect one to grab.
I am Constantine.
Constantine.
I love Constantine.
I'm a big fan.
I'm so excited.
I'm very excited about this.
Oh my gosh.
To let you guys look behind the curtain a little bit, I actually just in the last 48 hours have caught up on Constantine.
Yes.
I want to watch. I hadn't gotten to see Muppets Most Wanted yet. Wanted to watch with Bree. We were out of town over the weekend. Shout out to our family in Chicago. We got to see and everything. We love you guys. We get back, and I'm on the trip back. I've been thinking, okay, I really want to watch that movie with you and make plans for it. And then radio happened. So
the radio life is demanding.
But I don't want to hold up the show here.
Yeah.
So I went and I watched about 4 scenes of Constantine from the movie, and I don't know how much he's in Muppets Most Wanted, but I may have watched all of his scenes. I'm not sure.
So I'm familiar with him now,
Yeah.
and very, very much a big fan.
I
A
love
big fan of
Constantine.
Constantine. I the only thing I feel like I'm missing so far is where the meme comes from with him in the cloak, like him
Oh, you
him
didn't
as
see
the
that
dark
part.
Darth Vader kind of thing. Sith
Yeah.
Kermit is the way I see
Yeah.
it. He's a Sith Lord with that hood
Yeah.
on and everything. That's just my Star Wars brain, but.
So when he originally trades places with Kermit is when they're in Germany, I believe. I think that's where they go first.
Okay.
They're overseas. Yeah, I think they're in Germany. And he gets Ricky Gervais's character gets him to go on a walk, and Constantine finds him in an alley and kind of does a bunch of parkour, and then he slaps a mole on him, and he's in like his coat thing so nobody recognizes him.
Gotcha.
That's where it's from.
Perfect.
The old switcheroo.
Perfect.
I can't count how many times Matt and I talk to each other in Constantine voice during the day, every day. It's so
I really
much
liked.
fun.
We always get into the description of the character and everything. That's a great place to start because
Yeah.
I felt like the voice was not easy to peg.
No.
I don't feel. I thought certainly intentional. Of okay, we're not going to make him Russian. We're not going to make him Spanish. We're not none of those things.
He's a mixed pot.
Yeah, which would speak to a person that grew up in multiple languages and different things. It kind of adds to the character, the mystery of the character. What Constantine's past, and not knowing a lot of that, and that kind of giving you a little bit more of like, oh, this
mysterious,
if you get really into the weeds on this and start, no pun intended, and start thinking about it, Kermit, but frogs have multiple legs, multiple tadpoles at a time, and the idea of Kermit, this is Kermit's long lost brother kind of thing, or something. Yeah, they were both born in the same pod or whatever, from the same mom
one's
or something.
good and one's evil.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
It would make sense. It's unbreakable again. You can't have one end of the spectrum and not the other. But they call me Mr. Glass. Constantine has got a couple of things that really stand out. Is certainly outside of the voice.
Yeah.
He is the opposite of Kermit when it comes to like you can't see Kermit and not
Morals.
and not think of a good conscience, a good. It's funny to say this, a good person, even though he's a frog that's a Muppet, not real. But you almost associate that with Kermit, the good of in people and the good in the show and everything. And Constantine is very much the opposite of that. I love that the scenes of him where he's very confident, but not always right. But the things don't always go exactly as planned, kind of thing. But that's what he planned, or what this bravado that Kermit does not have. This kind of like, so it's almost seeing Kermit like what he would be like with an ego almost.
Yeah, that's a good point.
When you're designing a character like this and you come up with this idea, I imagine, okay, well, how do we make him look different, but not too different?
Right, yeah.
Certainly the mole helps.
Yeah,
there's
a little bit of like a scowl.
That I thought
like
was
the
masterful.
Contortion of the mouth a little bit.
We've seen Kermit's face do that a bunch, but we've
Yeah.
never seen it stay that way. And I thought that was really cool, like a really little touch. It just made him. I never saw Constantine talking as Constantine and even thought of Kermit. Like even though they look almost exactly alike, because of that bent face. I would love to talk to the guys about that. If that's I don't know if it's difficult to hold or difficult to do, or if they built the puppet that way, but it didn't look like they did because it felt like when he talked, his whole mouth moved a bit.
Very like what's the word I'm looking for? Like subtle differences, but distinct. Yeah. I don't know if you'll get much out of Will because he detests this movie.
Yeah. But it's
that would be interesting to talk to them about though.
Outside of that, there weren't too many differences from Kermit.
They're both good singers.
Yeah.
In the movie, there's a song that Constantine sings to Miss Piggy, and it's on mine and Matt's like main rotation. It's so good. It has no business being that good. It's so good. It's so funny. The music in that movie is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Constantine was really funny to me. Obviously, he is evil in Frog, and he's evil, but he's so funny to me. I loved this character.
I liked seeing him and Ricky Gervais's work
They had
together.
good chemistry.
Yeah. I think Ricky Gervais is very funny and has plenty of success and everything. And I really like his laugh. He's got one of those laughs that I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever I hear him laugh, it almost makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Not as much as Seth Rogen. Like Seth Rogen for sure.
Oh my gosh, what an iconic laugh.
One of those guys I would love, Seth Rogen, one of those top 20 people I'd love to work with or
Yeah.
interview or just be around and everything and get to know or what have you. And so I say this with complete respect. If we find out one day that Seth Rogen is part Muppet, I am not going to be surprised. I am not going to be shocked.
That right now,
if he is related to Ralph or something like,
oh my God, he is related to
I
Ralph.
really feel like he is. I really feel like it.
It's uncanny. I can see it right now.
Saying this
it's on the
with
family tree.
all the compliments in the world.
I think he would take that.
I
don't
hope
want to
so.
speak
I hope
for
so.
you, Mr. Rogen.
I don't want to burn a bridge here before I. I've always been a fan of his, and I like The Office, and I watched the British version a bit and everything. And he's talented. I've never thought of him as a great actor. I think he's a very good comedian. I think he's very good at the MC stuff. I never thought of him as that. I enjoyed his performance. I enjoyed the work he did. He seemed like if he was doing it for the paycheck, I didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I felt like that this was something that he was really enjoying.
Yeah.
And I would have liked maybe certain things here or there, but overall, I thought it was so fun. I felt like we were in on a joke.
Yeah.
Throughout all of this, throughout the you got to go number one, you're number two. The whole 1-2 thing was very funny, very well written as far as how do we write something that parents are going to laugh at and kids and
they're good at that.
Middle-aged kids, 10 to 13, 14-year-old kids and stuff, and what perfect humor for that. That was really good. The lemur thing was good. That's good.
Oh man.
The lemur is literally the worst villain I've ever heard of. It's good.
It's a great movie. I'm excited to watch it with you.
Yes, definitely.
Well,
I think that describes him pretty good.
Yeah, I think we can pull some scenarios. Put Constantine in a little scenario.
Let's
How
put
about
him to work.
There's a Muppet hat for Mr. Constantine. All right. What kind of boss would this Muppet be? Well, we can just describe the movie right now.
Pretty much.
I'm number one.
Both the worst and the best Muppet this could happen for, because we do have an example of it, and he's probably the worst of all the Muppets to be in charge.
He is a bit like, when it comes to evil planning and conniving and stuff, like he's got some good ideas. He did get out of the gulag, which is pretty insane, and he did pull off the switcheroo and everything, and he did steal some jewels and stuff, so I think he's capable.
He got as far as the plane. It's not his fault that he did not understand the willpower of Miss Piggy. He should have really realized you don't mess with her.
That was his one mistake.
You never turn your back on Miss Piggy.
No.
Never.
I don't know why, but that scene of her like trying to shave off like the chains, it always makes me laugh like an idiot. I don't know why, but Matt has to rewind it every time.
It's something that you see in almost every movie of a person escaping. The shot of the sharp thing that they can do that with. That they included it felt very like we were supposed to find it funny, like the humor of that in action movies and things and stuff, and like there's this there's always a sharp thing for them to do that with. That was good. I like that. I really enjoyed. I enjoyed that part of it. So Constantine is a boss. We got to see him, running the Muppet Show and some of that. You
know what? I think he would make a good boss but more of like a modern setting, like a Kohl's manager.
Oh, yeah.
I think he would go all in on like Black Friday. I think he'd be a good delegator.
Sweaters! We need more sweaters out here.
I think he'd be like, he'd have that mob boss mentality with like the Kohl's cash.
Yeah.
I think he would be really good at it, actually. I think he'd be wearing like a classy little sweater.
I was thinking like a fast food manager or something, so I think it's the same thing. I think it's very similar.
He starts there so he can get his resume up.
Yeah, I like that.
What fast food place would you plop him in?
Oh, I like him at a McDonald's or a really busy one. I like him at I think that I think that's a good fit for him, not only because of the busyness, but the amount of people. I'm trying to think of a one where there'd be a lot of people in the back and stuff. And I think he would like a job where he was in charge of a lot of people.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he'd be good at it.
And maybe he wouldn't be as bad of a boss as I think, but I feel like it would always come back to some crazy scenario that he's got in his head of stealing from the company, or there's got to be some mischievousness there. There's got to be something there that is
some
not
embezzling.
Not above
sure.
board. Yes, there's definitely something going on with him that was not good.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that about covers it. I don't think he'd be a bad boss.
No, not at all. All right. That's good. Not too many in here.
I know, it's crazy to put your little mitten there.
Ooh, I was reaching it. I'm like, well, wait a minute, where are the others? Would you go on a grand adventure, Indiana Jones style, with this Muppet?
Interesting. Interesting, because we only see him kind of in an adventure, maybe not adventure, but like action heist-esque setting. So I think it depends which side of the Indiana Jones movie you're going to be on. Are you going to be the evil people trying to get the jewels, or the people who are trying to keep them where they are?
Either way, he's going to double cross you. He's going to double cross.
He is a double crosser.
There is no way that in no scenario where he is not going to have a double cross of the double cross of the double cross. It's very good. That was a good scene. Just opening up the helicopter door, and there's just Ricky Gervais in a full-blown lemur outfit.
Yeah, and he's got his tail.
with the crowd right there. That was good. And I felt like, and you watch that scene again when you first see him.
Yeah.
It really does look like. The face that Ricky Gervais has, the look he's making, it looks like when he first looked in the mirror in that costume for the first time. Like, really? Boy.
Wow.
Like it never washed off from the walk over to the set, getting into helicopter, and he's still got the same look on his face. He's going to double cross you. No matter what, good, bad, whatever side he's on, he is going to double cross us.
Yeah. What Indiana Jones movie would you put him in?
Oh, Temple of Doom. Yeah, I think Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
I was thinking actually the first one, but not Temple of Doom.
Why is that?
Because I feel like that's, even though like other ones involve Nazis and things like that, like that was the darker one to me.
It was the whole like ritual thing that happens in the cave. Oh my gosh, this is wild.
I remember even as a kid being like, can I watch this? Can I?
Right,
there were
just
certain
looking
things
at the
like,
parents.
there were certain things in there, and I love those movies. I think that Temple of Doom.
Yeah. Okay, I meant to bring this up when we first started, but speaking of Temple of Doom and an child actor from that movie, guess what movie Matt and I recently watched?
Ooh, Everything? Oh, God, that's awesome.
It was so good. It was so good. You and Aunt Jill were like 1,000% right. There's movies you watch, and then there's movies that give you an experience, and that was definitely one of those movies. It was so good. I loved it.
It's happened once or twice recently, but it had been a while up until then where I have hype for a movie, and it not only matches but goes above it.
Yeah.
And that was one of those movies where
definitely exceeds it.
and we're speaking about Everything Everywhere All at Once.
On Netflix.
Yeah. I thought going into it, I will enjoy the movie. I hope it reaches the height that I have in my head and hope for it and everything. I knew I would love Michelle Yeoh and the performances in it, and just
so good.
Stellar performances all around.
Yeah.
I was really blown away though.
Me too.
Was a little, and I'm a fan of Jamie Lee Curtis. I have all the respect in the world for her and her career, and she has more talent in her pinky than I have right now. So I don't mean this as a shot, but I am a gigantic Angela Bassett fan, one of my favorite actors, and I don't know that there are many times where an actor has been missed as much as Angela Bassett has by people. I don't feel like her greatness has been really truly appreciated.
Yeah.
She was up for Best Supporting Actress from Wakanda for that role, for the Oscar against Jamie Lee Curtis, and Jamie Lee Curtis won. And I don't think that I don't know how anybody can convince me that Angela Bassett's performance was not light years better than what Jamie Lee Curtis did. It is not a shot against Jamie Lee Curtis. She was great. Angela Bassett was legendary. There's a difference, and she is a legendary talent. I felt like it was one of those things where they gave it to the name more. They gave it to the movie more. It felt like almost like they didn't want to give it to a superhero movie, but they were okay with giving it to an action movie, and they were splitting that. I don't know.
The Academy baffles me.
Yeah. I just don't. I don't know how you can do that. It boggles my mind. So I can't help but mention that.
Yeah.
I cannot help myself. But she was great in the movie. It was great to see her in a villainy role.
It was, yeah. It was like
and-
challenging to the other characters that she's played that I've seen in her career. So that was really interesting.
In season 2 of What the Muppet, I am looking forward to maybe having that movie in there and how we would cast that with Muppets. Oh, we got to throw it in the mix. That'll be a fun one.
I don't think we've like really told people what we're gonna do for season 2. I think we've kept it to
Oh,
ourselves.
I mean, what? No, that's crazy talk. Let's rewind and I really thought we had. I'm so sorry.
No, don't
I
be sorry.
apologize.
I mean, you guys can
I'm sorry.
imagine like what we're gonna do. But...
Just act surprised, okay?
What?
We've all been there. We've all been there where you know something and somebody tells you, what? No.
No, what?
No, what?
She
Get
said
out
that.
of here. Well, I never.
What? Well, it's just a little tease. You guys
Yeah.
don't know the whole thing.
No.
We'll announce it.
We will. We'll get
Yeah,
there.
it's kind of fun to have a little tease out there.
True, I guess.
Yeah.
Unintentional.
Maybe there'll be like guesses.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that one of those would be good. I think it'd be a fun adventure out with him on something like that. But I do think he would double cross.
He's gonna double cross
Yeah,
you.
definitely.
Absolutely. Oh, before we there was a line of his I wanted to say. So Matt and I will say like, "Hi, Lowell, I am Kermit." We'll say that randomly, or we say, "I quit Muppets," because that's what he says in the movie.
You do a perfect Constantine.
We do it too much.
Oh,
so
we got to the
just
end of the
roll it.
episode. You just just roll that out. You got that in your back pocket. That is good. That is a good impression.
Thank you. I've seen it a lot. It's so fun to talk in his voice to really say
It
those
is.
lines and everything.
I haven't
So
even been
much
doing
fun.
it well, and I've been doing it. Like I didn't know you were like. That's
I'm not
good.
good at impressions. but
That one
thank
you got. You got
Thank
that one
you.
down. I just thought of a great Halloween costume of
Yeah.
Constantine and Kermit, like you and Matt doing that
Oh,
or something.
the hood,
One of you in the
yeah,
hood.
that'd be
Oh,
so
that'd be
funny.
good. That would be a good one.
That's a really good one.
I like
good
that.
idea. Me too.
You guys got to do that. Yeah.
Next Halloween costume. We did have this one costume in mind. Have you seen Benchwarmers?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
With
yeah.
like Rob Schneider.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. It's so stupid, but I love David Spade so
Yeah,
much.
me
Like,
too.
I would do anything for him.
David Spade's awesome.
So his character and his like brother's character in the movie, they both have like blonde bowl cuts. So it's really neat.
I forgot
Wanted
about
to
it.
dress up
But
as
that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. Even if you don't know the movie, it's still gonna look funny.
You're like,
It's still
well,
gonna
look at those dorks. Well, we're gonna pull out the Patreon hat.
the Patreon hat.
If you'd like to submit your own, I picked out two. If you'd like to submit your own slips to the Patreon hat, we have just one tier available. It's $5 a month, and you can put your own slips in. That's unlimited, and every month we have a bonus episode video, which we are going to film after this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be pretty funny. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a bit of shenanigans.
Yes.
But yeah, and a weekly newsletter that's available to everybody every Wednesday.
Bree goes all in on this. There are a few things
try.
in life that I can say that you get, double your money's worth, triple your money's worth.
Oh.
But my God, do you with
That's
that?
really
You do
nice.
a really cool job with
Thank
it.
you.
And
I try.
I'm really appreciative of the time that you put into those, the newsletter and some of the little sneak peeks you give people of the next episode, the kind of look behind the curtain, if you will, of the show
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, so it's really cool to have people on there and the little chat, and yeah, it's just super sweet. So if you'd like to become a Muppet Head, go ahead and head to Patreon and join us.
Yeah.
But anyway, would you trust this Muppet to pet sit or babysit for you? And that is from our Muppet Head Lee.
Thank you, Lee. No. 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 Nope.
Maybe he's different around kids.
Maybe around kids. I thought pet right away. I thought right away pet.
Yeah.
Now I don't think.
I think that he's just gonna be like, I have other things to take care of.
Wow, our brains sometimes.
Yeah.
I think you could ask him, and he would keep pushing it off. Yeah, let me check my schedule. And I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. Like,
Yeah.
well, come on, man. I really got to know. Oh, this thing came up.
There's this heist I gotta do, and
But if he agreed to it, say your dog or cat sitting or something, and usually when that happens, you as the sitter come by the house and visit the animal and leave. No, he's coming over there. He's eating out of your fridge. He's
Yep.
doing all these
So
things.
this is my house now.
And maybe if you're fortunate, he'll remember that he had to get something
Right.
out for the
Oh,
animal.
yeah.
I could see him like say he's doing this for a weekend. He shows up Friday, like dumps a bunch of food in the bowl,
Oh, yeah.
and just like hangs out all weekend destroying your house. Like, yeah, I don't think he'd be very
Yeah,
good at this.
I don't know if I see him being super well at adapting to domestic everyday sort of things. Like
Yes,
he's
that's
so
good.
used to that high speed action life, or he's like pet sitting. What is this? What am I gonna do with this baby? Or he brings the baby with for the heist
Oh,
things.
that's good. I like it even more.
That'd be funny.
I like it even more that like
He's got the carrier on. Oh my
like he's
God.
got plans and stuff, and he's not
Yeah.
gonna ruin them for it. I love that.
He's like, fine, I agree, but they don't know that I'm gonna bring the baby out.
Picture Constantine with one of those little like
Yeah.
guru kind of things and stuff, and him running around with the baby right there. But I mean like a full size human baby.
Yeah, that's like bigger than his torso.
Yeah, just like
But he's
pulling him
super
forward
strong,
there.
and the baby ends up loving him. Rips his mole off or something.
Its first word, Constantine. But it
Steal.
has his voice. Yeah, steal. Number one.
Number one. Oh, Constantine, you're gone too soon.
Gone too soon. That was a fun one.
Not in depth. I mean, the
No,
episode
no.
went by fast.
Although it'll be interesting to see how they bring that character back, if
Yeah,
they
if
bring
they
that
do.
character back
Yeah,
and
that would
everything.
be
If it was a
interesting.
one-off kind of thing, especially with the popularity of the meme,
Yeah.
which you only mentioned a little bit here and there, but I before I even knew the name and this character, I
the
knew that
name.
meme and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it popular.
Yeah. That would be. I think it would be fun to bring him back. A little spin-off
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something, or maybe he, just as kind of sneak peeked a little bit during the episode or the movies or whatever.
I'll always be appreciative of Constantine for giving us a lot of the things that we've covered today, but also giving us a chance to see Kermit like slap somebody, like pimp slap somebody.
Yeah. That's my woman.
Bam!
Slaps him.
And-
I love that part.
Oh, it's so great! I watched it
So
twice.
great.
I went back and
Yeah.
around it again. I was like blown away. Like,
So
wow,
good.
Kermit would do it with
Yeah,
it.
like,
You
whoa,
never see that.
Kermit, wow.
And I love that it wasn't like a punch. It's a pimp slap.
It's a
It's
slap.
like, well, pow! It was good. It was like nicely done, Kermit.
Yeah, I loved that part.
And he's putting the bowl back on him in that, isn't
Yeah,
he? I
he's
thought
got
so.
two
Yeah, it was
bowls
so
back.
good. It was so good. Great
Oh,
character.
Thank
Great
you,
episode.
Constantine.
Thank you, Constantine.
Thank you guys.
We appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll meet you back here next week, and we appreciate you helping us find the Rainbow Connection.
As always, let's film a Patreon episode.
Let's do it.
Bye, everybody.